Teesta,
he's faulty.
Teesta, you've read the blog? You've read the blog. You've read the blog, right? So, the argument being put on the Newshour tonight is that he has gone far further than Akhilesh Yadav did after Muzaffarnagar, than Naveen Patnaik did after Kandhamal, or for that matter Sonia Gandhi, who you don't criticize, Teesta, did regarding the anti-Sikh riots. And the insinuation, fairly direct, is from Mahesh Jethmalani has been, let me complete and then Teesta will respond to Mahesh Jethmalani, has been that it is...
If I have time.
Yeah, no, full time.
Given the time.
Full time. Since you've just joined, we'll give you full time. The direct insinuation is that it's interest groups like yours who want to keep this issue alive, even though you have run out of issues and the courts also, both in the courts and outside, to target Narendra Modi in the riots cases, in the Ishrat case, because you don't want to engage him on other issues. You want to keep this alive somehow. I think you need to respond, and then we'll get Mahesh Jethmalani and the others to come back.
Yeah, but now I've come in late on the debate.
Floor is yours.
Request some time. Since you began with the fact that we have lost out legally, I would start with that. That I would like to say that yesterday's verdict is a magisterial court verdict, and on 12th of September 2011, when the Supreme Court remanded the Zakia Jafri and CJP matter back to the Magistrates Court, Ravi Shankar Prasad, Jaitley and others came out of the Supreme Court with a victory sign. At that time, they claimed the SIT was a Supreme Court clean chit, despite the fact that Raju Ramachandran had clearly said that there was material to prosecute Modi. So I'd like to state at the outset, since you are connecting the two issues...
But the SIT filed a closure report, the court accepted it.
Let me finish, Arnab. I know what I have to say. Since you are connecting yesterday and today, I want to make it very clear.
No, I'm not. I'm only talking of the blog.
Yes, no, you brought up yesterday. You are saying that Mahesh said that because we've run out of legal arguments. We have not run out of legal arguments. We have lost in the magisterial court. We have a four-tier system of criminal justice in this country. Modi cannot escape it. Jethmalani, who has appeared for smugglers in the past, knows that people go right up to the Supreme Court. So we try to establish a clear case of conspiracy to commit mass murder. We believe we marshaled evidence from the investigation papers. We will appeal. So please don't try and make it out to be... Please don't try and make it out that it's a clean...
But so far your attempts have drawn up... No, watch it. First of all, Miss Setalvad.
The Patia judgment of 29th August 2012 did not attract any attention on your channel.
Miss Setalvad.
Maya Kodnani, no it did not. Maya Kodnani,
Miss Setalvad,
was indicted to 28 years for conspiracy. And the question they are asking is, did the conspiracy stop there? Coming back to Modi's blog.
One sec, Mr. Vyas, let her complete.
I don't see any remorse in the blog.
Yeah.
Just like Sajjan Kumar and Jagdish Titler and HKL Bhagat, who is no more, never have expressed remorse for leading the mobs in 1984. So this blog about Modi is about himself.
No, is there a charge of Modi leading riots?
Not about the survivors of the post-Godhra killings.
Right.
You remember the Modi who spoke about Lindo in a communal way?
No, why are you not being specific?
Do you remember the Modi who spoke about Justice Verma's NHRC remote?
Why are you digressing?
Do you remember the Modi who spoke about Chief Justice Khare?
No, what do you want him to do? What do you want him to do?
So today, if Modi is doing this, I'm not convinced. You might be.
No, one sec. Now, you see, first of all, I'm just placing on record, Miss Setalvad. Yeah, I'm coming to you, Mahesh. But no, one sec. But Miss Setalvad, I'm placing on record to...
Please!
You and not me, Miss Setalvad, drew a link between the magisterial court verdict and today. And I suspect you drew a link because you wanted to make your introductory comments talking about the verdict being part of one of the 4 steps of justice which everyone is aware about.
Of course it is.
My question was only about the blog, and my question was about why Sonia Gandhi has not apologized for 1984. But you don't go to town talking about that.
Time, yeah?
You don't go to...
I criticize her for a lack of statement on Vadera. But she was not in power at the time.
No, what about Sonia? What about Sonia Gandhi in 1984?
It was Narasimha Rao who was in power at the time.
No, what about Sonia Gandhi in 1984? What about Naveen Patnaik and Kandamal?
She was not in official power. There's a system of
Naveen
law in the
Patnaik and
country.
Kandamal?
I've criticized Sonia
Akhilesh
Gandhi
and
for a
Muzaffarnagar?
failure to distance herself from Robert Vadra.
Akhilesh and Muzaffarnagar?
Please don't make wild allegations.
Akhilesh and
I've not
Muzaffarnagar?
come on your channel on Muzaffarnagar, but I said Mulayam and Akhilesh are worse than Modi or as bad as Modi. They've taken their lessons from Modi in 2002.
Okay, now Mahesh
Please
Jethmalani.
don't make wild allegations, Arnab, without knowing the facts.
Mahesh is responding. Ms. Setalvad,
The only person who makes wild allegations, both in court and outside, is Teesta Setalvad. And Teesta Setalvad, before casting stones and calling people smugglers' lawyers, yes, I am. I believe I have defended smugglers, rarely in the past. And I believe everybody, including the terrorists whom you associate with, are entitled to due process. But Teesta Setalvad, let me tell you about your own role. Your own associate, Rais Khan, has filed an affidavit pending in the Supreme Court accusing you of fabricating witness statements, misappropriating money meant for the victim of the riots for other purposes. You
so let's have a debate on that. I have no problem. I have no problem. But Mahesh Jethmalani, you and your father appeared for my organization, and against all legal ethics, you switched to the other side. If you look at Mahesh Jethmalani and Ram Jethmalani's scheme to do with 2002, look at Ram Jethmalani, your father.
I would not touch your organization with a barge pole.
He advised Zaira Sheikh, and then he switched to the other side. So if you can
you are an unbridled liar, Teesta.
Your lack of legal
you
ethics
can say anything.
dogs you in the Manu Sharma case, in the Jessica Lai case, and everybody knows the ethics that the Jethmalani stand for.
Are we discussing each other?
I did not
asking you, Arnab.
Are we discussing each other?
I did not appear for Jessica Lai.
Are we discussing each other? 1 second.
Let's come back to the issue.
Yeah, 1 second. Vinod Mehta. No, are we discussing? You see, 1 second. 1 minute. 1 minute. Now you see.
Setalvad has a case in the Supreme Court for exhuming dead bodies.
You know something.
Ram Jethmalani appeared for the Jessica Lai witnesses before appearing for Manu Sharma. A case of violation of basic legal ethics, which is what has dogged his career.
Can you keep your personal?
Find out how much money
Can you
senior lawyers have made in the Gujarat government?
Can you keep your personal disputes aside, please? Can you keep your personal dispute aside? Mahesh Jethmalani, you call her a liar. She says you appear for smugglers. So you know what? After this program is over, pick up the phone, call each other and sort it out. We are discussing Narendra Modi's blog.
Quite right.
Right, Mr.
Can I come in?
Mukul Sinha, come in. Mukul Sinha.
Obviously upset today.
Let's come to the blog.
Mukul Sinha.
I would like to say a few things on the blog. Why doesn't Jethmalani please allow others to talk?
Mr. Sinha.
Would Jethmalani allow somebody else to speak? Two points I would like to make, Arnab, here. One is this question of apology has gone too far. I don't see why an apology should be sort of a getaway for any leader who was directly involved in the administration of a state when the riots actually took place. Irrespective of whether they apologize or not, the question would be that whether they are guilty in accordance with law or not. So I don't believe the question of apology should be pitched so high that anybody can get away with an apology after presiding over a mass murder. That is one. Number two, on the blog, let me tell you, this blog talks about 12 long years. Now, out of these 12 long years, 2 elections have passed. One is the 2002 election, the other is the 2007 election, and the third is the 2012 election. In the 2007 election, this same Modi, I did not see any remorse or regret.
Okay.
On the contrary, he held a Gaurav Yatra. He held a Gaurav, let's remember this. He held a Gaurav Yatra where he went and said that he wanted to close down all the relief camps because he did not want the relief camps to become the manufacturing factory of the children where, and then he said that हमारा 5 और हमारे हम 5 और हमारा 25. Now all these sentences and statements have been made during this very period in which he is now showing his remorse.
One sec, Jaynarayan Vyas is responding.
Exercise of hypocrisy.
Jaynarayan Vyas, the question is this. Mukul Sinha, Mukul Sinha, 1 minute.
Only 2 points, and I'm sure Mukul will bear me out for that. Arnab, I have only 2 points, and they are absolutely general in nature, nothing personal. Number one, Mr. Mukul Sinha and Teesta Setalvad and company, how they specialize in spreading wrong information. Amicus Curiae. What is the role of Amicus Curiae? Amicus Curiae is only a help to the court. And Amicus Curiae, what he has observed, Raju Ramchandran has not given any adverse remarks. On the contrary, on every point the SIT has made, he has said yes, in agreement. On only one passing remark on Mr. Bhatt's representation, he has made first part very clear observation that Mr. Bhatt's conduct is not above doubt, and he seems to be sort of in collaboration with those who are making these allegations. However, if there is any substance, it may be looked into. Now this looked into is being blown up as if Raju
No, Mr. Vyas, don't make it technical, Mr. Vyas. Mr. Vyas, come, Mr. Vyas. Mr. Vyas, 1 minute. Mr. Vyas, a question asked. Mr. Vyas, 1 minute. By the way, you know what, Mr. Vyas, I am not interested in a hyper-technical discussion on amicus curiae, role provisions, court cases, lower court, higher court. Don't confuse anyone. We won't get confused. The question is, a sharp political question is asked. And the sharp political question is this. Vinod Mehta, I'm coming to you. The sharp question is...
I was just pointing out...
Sir, let me...
Let Mr. Vyas point out in these 7 long years.
And I have every right to say that.
Now,
This is not a hypothetical technical discussion.
No, Mr. Vyas...
Setalvad cannot get away telling wrong things.
Mr. Vyas, 1 minute, please.
She specializes in spreading misinformation.
Mr.
This is
Vyas...
absolutely a misinformation, like the misinformation that they created.
Arnab,
that somebody's...
I am asking a political question, Jaynarayan Vyas.
Lady comes back to the country.
Jaynarayan Vyas, you and Mahesh Jethmalani, Mahesh Jethmalani, Mukul Sinha and Teesta Setalvad can keep going. You're all lawyers. Go see, you can sit and have a separate private discussion on the legal process. Political question
sorry, Teesta Setalvad is not a lawyer. Please don't put her in that category. Teesta Setalvad is not a lawyer.
That's okay.
In 2007,
Why did
he hold the Gaurav Yatra and humiliate the victim?
Now you see Mahesh
Like Mr. Jethmalani is accused of misleading his clients and duping them.
Now you stop provoking each other, okay?
I'm not accused by anybody. You're sorry.
There it goes again.
Your father, under whose shadow your career has grown, is responsible for the most unethical legal practices.
Take your time now.
Okay, can I...
Manu Sharma, Jessica
Pavan Verma.
This is discussion
Shocking
about...
Pavan Verma, I can... No, Pavan Verma.
I take that coming as a compliment from you.
Now Mahesh Jethmalani and Teesta Setalvad.
Why are you...
Don't get agitated then.
Okay, 1 sec. I accuse you both. Mahesh Jethmalani and Teesta Setalvad, I accuse you both at my own peril of deliberately digressing from the subject of the debate. And the debate is this. The question is, why has it taken Narendra Modi this long to express his views on the riots? He's the chief minister of a state, 11 years to express his views in detail on the subject. If you have inner turmoil, if you have shock...
Can I say one sentence?
No, a pending investigation does not...
No, can I
pending investigation does not stop someone from expressing his honest views on the subject. Am I correct, Mr. Verma?
Arnab, very simply, whether it's an apology or an expression of anguish, the question before is whether it sounds genuine. I submit to you, and it could be considered a partisan point of view, but I say it from common sense, that we have watched a conduct for 12 years. We've seen a stony silence for 12 years. We've seen provocative statements which are aggressive in terms of their dealing with the victims for the last 12 years. We've had the Hum 25 Hamare 25 speech.
Arnab.
6 months ago, an analogy was made with a puppy dog who may die and cause grief.
Arnab.
Kutte ke bacche.
We've seen these instances. We've seen the victims in riot camps in camps in Ahmedabad in very poor condition, which Mr. Modi
one sec, Jaynarayan Vyas.
Now overnight there is a transformation just before the election to project a completely new image. I want to say we want to believe him, but we'll have to insult our intelligence to do so.
No, you see, I have a problem at this stage. I believe. 1 minute, Mr. Jethmalani, 1 minute. Mr. Jethmalani, 1 minute. I know you want to merrily attack Teesta once again, but 1 second, just a minute. You see, I am convinced. I am convinced. No, 1 second. I am convinced now, Mr. Mehta, that Mr. Modi will say that all Mr. Mehta, Mr. Pavan Verma, Teesta Setalvad, Mukul Sinha, they are all so much part of the anti-Modi brigade that even if I say sorry tomorrow, then they'll say, see, we said you were guilty.
We don't want him to say
no,
sorry.
If you express remorse, they'll say, you know what?
Arnab,
the courts may have freed you, but you are now declared guilty.
You are right.
Unlike
Arnab, it's not a
Vinod
question
Mehta.
of that. If you say sorry, it's a good thing, but it must sound genuine.
Vinod Mehta.
Even if he says a sorry, Arnab, he is not going to go.
Can I speak?
Vinod Mehta, go ahead.
Can I speak? Arnab, can I speak?
Yes, sir.
Arnab, can I speak?
Yes, sir.
Arnab, I appeal to Mr. Narendra Modi,
Go ahead.
and unlike your people that you have mentioned, I am saying he is likely to be the next Prime Minister of India.
You said that again.
And I am saying because he is the next Prime Minister of India, he must carry the whole country with him.
Okay.
And I appeal to him in the name of his Prime Ministership that he should make up and express some sort of sentiment to the Muslims so that we have one country.
Mr. Mehta.
Otherwise, Mr. Narendra Modi will be Prime Minister of a divided country.
Mr. Mehta, you know what I'll do? You know what I'm going to do? One sec. Gentlemen, I see 3 hands go up. So what I'm doing, 3 hands go up. I have to take a break before 10. I am taking the break now. When I come out, I have that one question. That if Modi says sorry, will Teesta Setalvad not be the first person to go and say, see there, Mr. Modi, the courts freed you, but in the court of public opinion, you are now declared guilty forever. I'm going to ask Teesta Setalvad to answer that on the other side of a short break.